Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sports of the Day. Today I have two USB ports that want to work for me, which luckily is all I need to bring you some quality in-home entertainment here. Madden 2002, Los Angeles versus Kansas City in Arrowhead Stadium in 2001. The 2001 Chiefs were pretty bad, if I remember correctly. It really wasn't until 2002 that they figured out what they were doing. That team had like Trent Green, Priest Holmes, Dante Hall. Of course, that was 2003, really when Dante Hall kind of found his footing. Still a nice model of Arrowhead here. Yeah, Trent Green was actually pretty good. Priest Holmes also an excellent player. People forget about Trent Green a lot, but I mean he had some pretty good years. Gave us 5 or 6 really pretty decent years. More than we could ask for from a lot of quarterbacks. Derek Alexander, never heard of him. Didn't really. Snoop Minnis. That's a good name for a person. Good job to his parents for thinking of that. Of course, we got TG, and I'm going to skip the player introductions. Of course, I will be going up against these Kansas City Chiefs with the Los Angeles Life. We got Holmes kicking off, and then we got Holmes on the other side who will be playing. Of course, 2 different Holmes, likely not family members. This is a decent looking Arrowhead here. I've actually been to Arrowhead a couple of times. Most recently was in January. And, oh, good. Hey, that's a good way to start the game off. Virtual Dick Vermeil, not happy. I have made one major change in my gameplay. I have changed my gameplay settings from pro difficulty to all pro difficulty, so be on the lookout for me not being as good at this game and probably losing, which is fine because I would like a challenge. I obviously don't want to go undefeated. As I said the other day, it's fun when you have a good game. It's fun to win, but it's not fun to only win. And I had a fear that was happening with the way I was playing against the first 2 teams. Even though that one game, went into overtime, most of that was just me kind of figuring out how to play the game, and it never really felt like they could get anything happen, or get anything to happen. It really felt like an accident when they scored. And I can kind of tell when that happens, when it's just a blown coverage, or I try to get a pick or something and it just goes over my head. I don't make a smart play. That's kind of an accidental score, and that's fine. It's not painfully realistic, though. And very few seasons I've seen in game, very few games I think have the difficulty level that I try to, that I like to have. Where I'm obviously not winning every game. And also really not losing every game too. But if I can find a game that I can have a good season with a good team and have fun, but also have some hard losses and some fun wins. When it comes down the wire, ultimately that's what we really want, isn't it? Is a good game, and hopefully for Tiki Barber to stay on his feet. He stayed on his feet for a really long time on that play too. Show button a little too much for a stop on 1st and 10 of the running back, but yeah, to each his own. I'll go to the ground again, then I'll go to the air probably. We are playing in Kansas City, basically the home of what we call Marty Ball. Oh shit, he stayed on his feet, so that was nice. Granted, Kansas City's not necessarily the home of Marty Ball. It started in Cleveland, where Schottenheimer really got his name. Where Schottenheimer really started being the coach that he is today. I'm just kind of I'll probably get a tumor. Really just whoever's open though. And yeah, it'll be Tumor. I don't think he'll be open, but okay. So we'll go 3 and out on the first drive, but not that much of an issue because, well, we can kick a field goal pretty easily. We're in we're in the red zone actually, so we start out the game in the red zone. That's a good deal. We don't have a good kicker, but I think I got that. Yep, excellent. Okay, so a good way to start out. Not the best way, but a good way. 0 yards on the drive, but 3 points. And a minute off the clock. And somebody needs an ambulance. I don't know if you can hear that outside, but I very much can. Just put background music under this. The difficulty here is that the files that I make with the capture service that I use. Damn it! Ah, God, I over pursued there. It is so difficult to get the high quality. I mean, this is the highest quality of file that you can get. So, and this may just be because it's a GameCube. I've never found a way to record it better. I've heard that I'm using a Hopog. I've heard that Elgato is better. I know that's what professional, like the people at Giant Bomb use an Elgato, which might be a little bit better. Also, because I'm connected straight from my GameCube's composite into the Hopog, which is really a component source. I don't know that it's getting the best that it can really get. So another thing I could do is I could have like a pass-through or something like that that will definitely put out like a 480p signal or something like that, just so I know I'm getting the best quality. But I don't really know all about that. So right now I'm going to stick with what works. I had a DVD recorder at one point. I don't know how that would help though. I still do have a DVD recorder, but there was a very, very noticeable delay between like pressing a button and having it, like the actual thing happen on screen. I mean, there was a huge lag between that whenever I played through the DVD recorder, which is why in that MLB 2005 review, it was one of the old sports games, I think 27, I consistently complain about how like the hitting is off, because what I'm actually doing is I'm doing it right. I just didn't know that for like part of the video, I just didn't know that there was such a huge delay between the capture onto the DVD, because I used to use a DVD recorder. Now I have an actual good capture card. Ah, shit. Well, Tony G's gonna light me up here. But I used to use the DVD player, so I would, especially in baseball games when timing is, I mean, crucial in baseball games. Yeah, so I'll get a bunch of grounders and stuff like that, and then I started actually looking off my PlayStation 1's little flip-up screen, and it got a lot better. So that's how I figured out to play MLB 2005 properly. I also used to have a Saber, and I still have it, but it broke. Because I dropped it or something. I don't really know what happened. It was working one day and it just suddenly wasn't the next. And I bought that off eBay. I might see if somebody else on eBay has something like that, because that was consistently high quality. It was just I was using open broadcasting software, OBS. And if you look back at one of the old sports games where I'm playing Bill Walsh College Football, or it's Sports of the Day, when I'm playing that, it's ends up recording like it wouldn't drop frames. It would just go black for a couple of seconds every time there was like a major shift in animation, and I don't know why that happened, and I still like never quite figured out why. So anyway, that's me trying to figure out how to stream properly. I do have 5 topics that I wrote down during biology class. Once I stop having this biology class, I don't know when I'm going to write down these 5 topics, but this is something I'm definitely going to do because it lets me speak my mind, and that is a Chiefs touchdown, unfortunately. First thing, trade deadline that I wrote down. The NBA trade deadline happened last week. My team was very, very tangentially involved in it. The Mavericks picked up Amari Stoudemire, just I think as a free agent, and he did pretty well in his first game. Of course, the big move that Dallas made this season was the trade for Rajon Rondo, and in the most recent game, I forget who it was, like, but the last one they played after the, like, the first game after the break, he came out and was looking pretty good. Like, not as good as, I mean, like a couple of years ago when, like, he was really, I mean, when he was on those, like, the finals teams, but he was looking pretty good in the most recent games, and I just kind of hope that he can get back to where he is. I hope that this can be a second round team at the very least. I don't think they'll make the Western Conference Finals because that conference is just so stacked, and these are going to be really interesting playoffs. It'll be interesting to see if Kevin Durant comes back in time, and if he does, first of all, will Oklahoma City make the playoffs? And second of all, if they do, it'll be, at best, probably a 7th. If that. I really got to stop calling so many run plays. Let's see if I can... Is that a 2-minute warning? Oh, end of the quarter. Okay. So it's 7-3. I'm not feeling too bad on this new difficulty. I think I might just do a very... I don't want to, like, advertise to them that I'm passing, though. So I might just go... Where's that one play I kept using where, like, the halfback would kind of flare out? That was good. This is not that play. This is a fullback streak, I guess. So really, it'll probably be Toomer here, who I look to, or not, or it'll be Kamela if I could. So we got hit as he threw, and then the receiver, I think it was Joe Jervis, just got in the way. Shit. So I'm looking at another 3rd and out. Unless I can make something happen. This is when I would want a running quarterback, because on a play like this, everybody's going back, and so it'll leave open a good hole. Maybe I'll trade for a good running quarterback. Of course, they got good pressure on me there. That was a terrible throw. I'm going to trade for, like, Michael Vick. Michael Vick's a rookie in this game. So that wouldn't be terrible. I cannot imagine that Philadelphia would want to give up their quarterback, Donovan McNabb. I'm sure I could find something to trade to the Falcons, because I mean, McNabb wasn't starting, I don't think, this season. Or am I thinking of Madden 03? Maybe. I don't know. Because I did, probably the most thorough thing I ever did was at one point in high school, I played like 5 seasons with a created school, and then took all of the players, like, and I made sure it was 5 seasons so that, like, the seniors that went out all had like actual names and weren't like halfback number 24 or something like that. Is that a first down also? I don't think so. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try to blitz pretty heavily here. But I had all those players, and this, unfortunately, the save file has gone to history because that Xbox, I've owned 3 Xboxes in my life. Actually 4, because I sold one. Damn, nice. I sold one, the one I bought in elementary school. I bought it when I was in, like, 3rd grade. It was the first console I bought, and actually I made a pretty decent comment about it on usgamer.com. They had a community question last week about it. But it was like the first console I really owned that I bought for myself. My GameCube I got for my birthday, I think. And so it kind of had some symbolic meaning to me. But all of the games I liked to play on it were the, you know, the Maddens, the NFL Fevers, the ESPN NFL footballs, those sorts of games. And then, like, you know, Mech Assault. I was too young to have Halo. Like, my parents wouldn't let me get it. So, really, that original Xbox, I had kind of a bunch of just odds and ends, really, in my collection. That turned out to have basically little to no resale value when I sold it at the GameStop. And I got, like, $60 or $70 for it. This console that, like, I heard them say, like, you'll get, like, $70 for this. And I was like, what? And I almost said, like, I'm not going to do this. And I know where I sold it, too. It was at the GameStop at the mall, and I was in there the other day, but I think it moved okay. Anyway, not important. I sold that Xbox, and now I no longer have that Xbox. And that Xbox worked beautifully every year, and I think the thing I bought with it, I wanted to save up money because I wanted the Nintendo Wii, but I knew my dad had already, like, my dad had told me when he was buying the Wii, because, like, my dad went to a Circuit City at, like, 6 a.m. on a Sunday to go buy a Nintendo Wii, so I knew I was getting it, because he was complaining about it one time, and he was just like, I'm doing this for you, son, and thank you, Dad, by the way, for that, still, if you're watching, and you're not, that's fine. But, like, I had that Xbox, and for whatever reason, my brain went to, like, oh, God, get him down, shit. My brain went to thinking, like, that if I had the money for it, I would buy another one, or something like that, so I could get it before Christmas. Or, I still don't understand my thinking there. So I sold my original Xbox. All of that's gone. And I bought the first Guitar Hero with it, which isn't a terrible trade-off, but I then in high school bought 2 Xboxes, neither of which worked. One worked, and then it got shorted out in a power surge, and the other one, the DVD, like, drive, just slowly started to fail. And my original disc, it's my original Halo 2 disc, or the Super Mario Bros. Super Show disc, one of those 2 is still stuck in that Xbox because I can't get the disc tray open, because it was at summer camp when the power surge happened. I think, like, literally we got struck by lightning or something like that. It was some weird thing, and my Xbox was the only casualty of it. Rest in peace to that Xbox. Anyway, it was on that Xbox where I had that weird file where I had all the guys I made. Not the guys I made, but, like, the guys that the game made in NCAA 03, and then I put them into Madden 03. And I traded, like, the first round draft pick. I took the Falcons because they were terrible. I traded Michael Vick away because I knew I was getting my quarterback from that team, and he was better than Michael Vick, believe it or not. Yeah, that was fun. And the trade deadline was what I was talking about, the NBA trade deadline. I am interested to see how Michael Carter-Williams plays in Milwaukee. Kind of interested in what... the Suns basically just tanked. Why does it want me to run here? That's bizarre. God, just nothing is working. I can see why this is a different difficulty setting, because I have not completed a pass yet today. So I'm basically just going to go to Tumor. No, shit, I might go to Tiki Barber. Unless I get fucking sacked, because Kerry Collins is a worthless shit. Apologies to the family of Kerry Collins, I do not mean that. Even though I sort of do, because he did some bad shit. You ask Masood Muhammad about that. He got drunk and, like, made some really like, racially charged comments on a boat once. I think there is somewhat of a delay between my controller and the TV. This is an HD. And I definitely recognize that when I was playing NCAA 2003, there was definitely a delay. I don't know if there's one now, because that will be what I blame on my inability to tackle anybody. Okay, so blitzing seems to work. It seems to work until they get like a 90-yard completion out of it, because my linebackers aren't over the middle and they have the best tight end in football history. And I am absolutely fine with saying that Tony Gonzalez is the best tight end in NFL history. Damn it. Ugh. Okay. So I got my work cut out for me, and I might be going back down to pro difficulty, because this is the opposite of what I was talking about earlier. And this is the problem with having 4 difficulty settings instead of the sliders that ESPN NFL 2K5 had. Where I could say, it's kind of bullshit that my players drop the ball so much, you know. Well, we got 1 minute and 33 seconds to complete no passes and hand it off to Tiki Barber up the middle for him to go nowhere. We're going to think of a third way to play, like laterals or something like that, where they don't know what I'm doing. They pretty much got me down on the first 2. Maybe we'll start from the shotgun. That has not been something I've tried. You know, I can't guarantee it'll work, but it will be something that I know has not failed me yet. And I can just check off that from the list at some point. Shotgun has failed me. I'm going to go to Dixon, and that was just a really smart jump there. I don't understand what was going on. I probably should have taken control, but that's on me. It's always on me. I guess I'll do a short pass here. Of course, we're under pressure, and we got... Okay. Alright, so I have not completed a pass yet. This is really fun, and I like this game. Okay, I know Toomer's going to break over the center. There we go. That's good. Okay, now we got to call the no huddle. What does it want me to do with this? This is like a screen of some kind? I don't even understand. Well, it's not working. Imagine that. How many times have I been sacked today? Like, this is at least the third time. I'll be doing the same play I was doing earlier, because if it doesn't work, don't fix it. That's what they say. Sorry I'm skipping through all these cinematic replays. I know you guys are dying to see them. 1 for 8 for Kerry Collins, 13 yards. MVP worthy. We got a tight end named Cross running over the middle. Perhaps crossing over the middle. And now I've wasted too much time, and I just gotta fucking chuck it. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm gonna pass, I don't care. You're seeing the inner workings of a madman. Slot Z chair. I don't know what that means. Theoretically, even if this play doesn't work, they won't get 35 yards in 48 seconds, even though I've seen them do exactly that. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Who the hell is 56, and why is he their defensive player of the game? Doesn't matter. Going into zone. I'd like to get to Trent Green. I've been getting to Trent Green. Like, I haven't been bad at it. He's just blitzing against this difficulty means that they make some throws that I don't expect them to make. It keeps you honest, you know, basically. Okay, we'll rush. This is 5. I'm rushing 5. I don't like the 4-3. I prefer the 3-4. I've said that multiple times, but I also don't pay attention when I get flustered, and I've gotten flustered here. So this will require the greatest comeback in Madden 2002 history. It would also be nice if we get a turnover there. Didn't happen. Pretty much exhausted the trade deadline topic here, and I think I'm going to go to the next one, which is the college game. And college game refers to college basketball, which was happening last night, and oh boy, was there some controversy. First of all, oh shit, you see that sack? I just kind of nicked him. Nice. I'm gonna call timeout just to extend this. I don't know. Oh, they're gonna kick the field goal. Shit, well that's a pretty long field goal actually. Is that Morton Anderson? I think so. Oh, that's good, basically. Unless I can... It hit the back of the upright? I don't understand that. Huh. The crossbar or something? So it's 24-3 as we head on to the half. Well, we got 19 seconds for me to do something. Anyway, Big Monday was certainly very big, and there was a big upset that happened across the state. And I'm not mad about it because I don't get mad about things like that anymore. You would have torn me apart had that happened like 7 years ago. I don't know. 7 is too few. 7 is too many. Sorry. Why the hell can I not call a pass? That would just be a delight if I could call a pass play. You're vicious. Get it, boy. Okay. Thanks. Anyway, it would have been distraught a couple of years ago. I have a hard time just figuring out what to think about it anymore. The only thing I was upset about was, I mean, I am a basketball fan, and I'm really just a fan of, yeah, I like the players, and I like, God damn it, Carrie, get your head in the game. But anytime that player safety is in question, I will forever be on the side of the players, because they already get shit. Hillard, downfield, can't get. Just so many disappointed sides today. We got 1 second, so there's very little hope of scoring here. There's really very little hope of scoring in the last play too, but I still tried. Let's see if we can. Gonna be a man. Okay, so they're bringing in the safety. So undoubtedly they know. Ah! What the hell? Okay, fine, whatever. 1 pass completion for Kerry Collins today. We're looking good. We're down by 21. And I am not good at this game. By the way,